Many of us focus this time of year on our cholesterol levels. We should focus on a number of things: our blood pressure levels, our blood sugar levels, and of course our cholesterol levels. I'll talk about throughout the beginning of the year, I'll talk about our cinnamon and our berberine in terms of blood sugar levels and healthy support for our healthy blood sugar levels. But when it comes to cholesterol, our CholestaCare product is unique in that it has an ingredient that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has approved to lower total and lower LDL cholesterol. So our CholestaCare, also our Choco Nuvo contains that. Also our oatmeal and our oat bran contain the same ingredient. So you could use these products together. You take a capsule of CholestaCare with each meal, or just with your 2 largest meals of the day. You can expect your total and LDL cholesterol to be reduced by somewhere around 15% or more. That is a tremendously significant difference in cholesterol level, in cholesterol risk. There was just a study published out of Europe talking about the billions of dollars that would be saved if the ingredient we used in CholestaCare became a standard ingredient in everyone's diet. So it's an opportunity to make a significant difference in cholesterol level. It works perfectly with all cholesterol-lowering drugs. Cholesterol-lowering drugs work by sort of 2 different mechanisms. You have cholesterol-lowering drugs like statin drugs that inhibit an enzyme in our liver that synthesizes our cholesterol internally. So when you inhibit that enzyme, you make less cholesterol, your cholesterol levels go down. The way CholestaCare works is by inhibiting the absorption of cholesterol in food or inhibiting the reabsorption of bile salts, which then lowers your cholesterol level naturally. Even products like Zetia and others, our CholestaCare product works perfectly with products like Zetia and only enhances the cholesterol reduction you experience. So you can, like many of the reviews you can read, either eliminate the need for cholesterol-lowering drugs, or beyond eliminating the need for cholesterol, it's just simply reduce them. And by reducing your intake of those cholesterol-lowering drugs, you dramatically reduce their risk of side effect. And their list of side effects is extensive. It's a very long list. So to the extent we could eliminate them or reduce them, you should work closely with your physician. It's just a remarkable opportunity to do something that's incredibly healthy and to do it without any risk of side effect, without any warning at all. So you have 2 great options for today's special here. You have an opportunity to make a difference in terms of body weight, taking advantage of meal replacement science, which meal replacement science is the most compelling science in terms of weight loss. Obviously, we know we need to change what we eat. We know it would be also beneficial if we exercise. But meal replacement is the easiest, simplest, and most straightforward way to modify our diet in a way that causes weight loss. I'll read countless quotes from independent clinical studies that talk about a high-protein meal replacement, especially using soy, as being